hello everyone. Well, I got a lot of updates from people asking me to give some updates on tarantulas that I haven't filmed in such a long time. You know, like example, like the C. fasciatum, the G. pulchra, the GBB. So, I guess for the 999th video, one away from the big 1000, I thought I should do a tour of all my currently kept tarantulas. So I have 125. I won't film the slings. You saw them yesterday in the sling feeding video, so I guess that serves like a little preview of what is to come. Alright, so let's get started with the tour, and I hope you'd enjoy the video. And it'll be a nice long one, so grab a bag of popcorn and enjoy. Okay, so I think the best way to start this tour is to go by alphabetical order, according to the genus and species names. Okay, so over here, hang on, oh, this is Acanthoscurria brocklehursti, the giant white-banded. This is Sasha, 5-inch female. This one here is Marilyn, and Aphonopelma chalcodes, desert blonde. Here is Stripes, the Aphonopelma simani, Costa Rican zebra, 5-inch female, full grown. Right now we move to some arboreals, the Avix. This one here is a Vicularia pincto. This is Lita, female. I would assume she's around 3-inch mark. This one doesn't want to show herself very well. This is a Vicularia hurriana, Ecuadorian pincto, or woolly pincto. She's a full-grown 5.5-inch, 6-inch specimen, female. You know, I just love how these Avix move very slow. And that's what she looks like. This is probably hard to come out, but this is Mona in the Vicularia leda, the Puerto Rican pincto. This is by far one of the most defensive Avix that I have. This one's about an inch. Very fat abdomen, and you can see he lost all the blue color. It's more of a brownish color to them. And there's my other leda. This is Molly. Surprisingly still kicking. This is my Vicularia metallica whiteo. Maddie, she's probably around an inch sling. This one here is Cat in the Vicularia urticans, giant Peru pincto. This will be very hard to make out, but this one here is a 3.5-inch female, Vicularia versicolor, Antilles pincto. Trinity, the one I bought from Shanrock 777. Very beautiful specimen, very happy with her. 5-gallon tank on its side with some cork bark. It's basically what you need for adult Avix. You don't need anything bigger. Before I go on to the Brachypelmas, I'll film my Babicurus jacksoni, rusty thicktail scorpion. Over here is the male, and this is the female. These are the only two scorpions I have left in my collection. I had 4 Babicurus jacksoni, 2 of them died, and of course the A. australis that passed away recently. Alright, now on to my Brachypelmas. This one here is a Brachypelma abopulosum, Honduras curly hair. This is Curly Sue. She's a 6-inch specimen, 22 years old. She's old, but my personal favorite. This is Kira, same species, curly hair. I would say she's around a 2-inch suspect female. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Yep, a little version of Curly Sue. Now over here are my pair of Brachypelma auratum. the Mexican flame knee, the one I just recently transferred and handled. This is Claire, this is Nina. Nina has 2 bad legs, which will probably improve during next time she molts. This is a Brachypalma bomi, Mexican fireleg. This is a 6-inch female. She's the 3rd oldest in my collection. Curly Sue and Marilyn are both 22. She's 20. Live another 10 more years, which is awesome. Over here is a Brachypalma Emilia, Mexican painted redleg. Her name is Emilia. She's probably around a 2.5-inch female. Alright, here is Brachypalma Smithy, Mexican red knee. This is Scarlet, 4.5-inch female. And here's Athena, my other bee smithy. She's particularly very skittish and not as calm as Scarlet. She's around 5.5 inches, near full grown. And this is my last Brachypalma. This is a Brachypalma vagans, Mexican red rump. And I think she's probably around 1/2 inch. Now we won't see this one confined herself. This is a Ceratogyrus marshalli, the straight-horned baboon. Marsha, she's a full-grown 5-inch female. You probably saw her in the recent feeding video. She's absolutely beautiful, if you ever see her. For my Chilobrachy species, I have 3 of them. Here is Julin, a C. guanasinensis, Chinese fawn. She's probably around 2 inches. Sexed, well, I would suspect it's a female. Here is, I guess, 1/2 inch Chilobrachys fimbriatus, Indian violet, somewhere in that tunnel. And lastly, my camera could focus, Chilobrachy species Penang. So I guess this comes from Penang, China. Kind of messed up, but these are obligate burrowers. Over here is a Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, green bottle blue, mature female. Has yet to molt. It's been over a year since she has not molted. Freshly molted, Cytheracanthus livingstoni, the Livingston's tarantula. This is Mystery. I would say she's a 5-inch female. Looking very beautiful with the kind of a bluish tinge and red highlights around the whole body. Alright, for now, for some Cyclosterum species, over here is a Schmarde, yellow-banded bird eater. I think this is a male. I'll call him Larry. Overturned his water dish, as typical for most teas to do. And I'll show you my C. fasciatum as a request from Diane. There she is. That's Stella. She's a female, near 3 inches. Now for some dwarfs. These are Syricosmus perez melesi, Bolivian dwarf. This is Sarah, an 1.5 inch female. She's the largest one I have. And over here is Lucy. She's a smaller one. Probably some are hiding, but they're exactly the same species. And the last teat I have in the C genus is a Cyriogopacus shorty, Malaysian earth tiger. This is going to be very, very tricky. Over here is Esmeralda. This is an Epholopus udaman, the emerald skeleton. She's probably a suspect female, around 2.5 inches. You can see a lot of stuff here. And over here is Bridget, E. Moranus female, pet hole. Now for some Eupalestra species. Over here is a 4-inch female Ecamperstratus, Pink Zebra Beauty. Her name is Yasmin. This is probably the very first tarantula that I bought from Tarantula Canada. And this one here is a Eupalestris Wagenbergi, the white-collared. This is Serena. She's probably 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Very docile. Here is a Euthalus tricoluntus, Chilean beautiful, named Chloe. She's a full-grown 4.5-inch specimen. This is my only member that I have in this genus. Euthalus species are pretty hard to come by in Canada, but more common in the UK. She's cool, but very iffy in temperament. Now for the Grammostolas. I think this was a request from Steve Cummings01. This is a Grammostola pulchra, adult female, Brazilian black, named Ebony. Show you here. There we go. She's pretty skittish and pretty mean too. I just love it. This is one of the blackest teas in the hobby. Very cool. Alright, now for a quartet of Grammostola pull stripes, Choco Goldeny. Over here is Charlotte. She's a 4-inch female. Well, maybe close to 5, really. Over here I have Wendy. She's a female who should be molting very soon. There she is. She's pretty mean. Over here is a male named Mario and Princess Peach, which I'll be transferring in one of the enclosures that I prepared. Yeah, she's big. Now for a trio of Grammostola rosea, Chilean Rose. This is Talia. She's a 4-inch female. Here's Michaela, full-grown adult. She's around 5 inches. This one I got from Ikeman 2006. And here is Bloom. Probably won't see her very well. This is a red form sling. Here is a Haplopelma von Worthy, Vietnamese Earth Tiger. This is Christine, 5-inch female, or close to 6 inches really. Very, very mean. Alright, so over here is Haplopelma lividum cobalt blue. This is Aurora. Probably can see the leg right there. She's 3.5, 4 inches. And over here is Midna. She's the largest one, freshly molted. Starting to build her burrow back. Now for some Hedoscadra maculata, Togostarbus baboon. This one here is Dementia. It's probably around a 4-inch female. Yeah, female. Very, very mean. This is probably one of the meanest H-Macs that I have. A sling from PDM89, who I got both of them from. This is probably around an inch. She is a 4-inch female. Considered to be very fat for an H-Mac. Let's see if I can find her. Yeah, she's over there, chilling. And over here is Grishina, supposedly gravid. And I don't know if you guys see there is a sac. I don't know, I think that ball over there, I'm going to put it towards an annotation so you can see it. Very hard to see what's under there. But that's good. And over here I have a very highly communal species. This is Holothele inci, Trinidad olive. She's probably around an inch right now. And if you can see the abdomen, she's over there. Oh, she probably has recently molted, so maybe she's close to the 2-inch mark now. Alright, here I'm going to review a little patch of dirt. This is my Idiop species, black trapdoor, Tarada terrible. She hasn't been eating recently. Well, at least in the feeding videos. Oh, and there you can see blue much more better now. There she goes. And last one in the eye is, this is a Arachnotour recefi, ribbed tree spider, Hiroko. Probably can see it better now. She's probably around an inch. Now for the L's. Okay, so start with this one first. Lampropalma valiciopes, Singapore blue, for leaf off the cup, I think. Right there. You could probably see the leg. That's Demetra. She's a 2-inch. I believe it's a female. Alright, these 6 T's are all my Lacidora species. So I guess I'll start with this one. This one here is a Lacidora difficilis, Brazilian fire red breeder. This is a 4.5-inch female named Dora. Now all the rest are all Parahybanas. This here is Lawrence, 6-inch male. Here's Pierre. He's a 4.5, 5-inch male. Okay. This is a 4.5-inch female named Daisy. Here is Danielle, formerly Dan, LP. This is a confirmed female now from the molt, which is awesome. And lastly but not least, here's Goma, supposedly an LP female. Here is Layla, a Megaphobema robustum, Colombian giant redleg. Not sure what sex this is. When she last molted, I didn't get a good intact skin to actually find out if it was a male or a female. But pretty good, and you can see an elaborate tunnel she made. Alright, so these 4 are my Chromatus. Oh, sorry, Nandu species. Alright, so I guess we'll start with this one here. Nina is a N. Colorado villosus female. She is 4.5 inches. Here is Ashley, Nandu tripepi, giant strawberry blonde breeder. She is 1.5 inches. Don't know exactly what the sex of is yet, so fingers crossed for a female. I have a wee small N. chromatus, white stripe breeder. She's probably around the 1/2-inch mark. And here is Nadia, the N. chromatus female, which I will be transferring in the 1001st video, along with the P.pederseni. Alright, so now for some more teas. This is Paraphysa species female, Bailey. As you can see, she is not doing very well. See, if I pinch grab her, no, she seems to be doing okay. And then
As you can see, it's really sad to see this. I don't know, maybe she's old. Yeah, anyway, that sucks. Now for some P.pederseni species. This one I haven't filmed in a long time. This is Jade. This is a P.pederseni antinus 8-inch female. Bolivian steely blue leg. Desperately in need of a molt, but not even close to it yet according to her abdomen. And over here, featured recently in the last week's feeding video. This is P.pederseni platyama, the pink bloom bird eater, Nicola, penultimate male. Alright, this is P.pederseni cancerides, Haitian brown bird eater. This is Isabella. She is around 3.5 inches, 4 inches. She's also going to get a new hide, or new house. Well, I guess you could forget seeing this one. This is for Walter. Polinobius muticus, formerly known as Cytheraceus crochetii, the king baboon. Now for everyone's favorite, the pokies. And boy, do I have a lot of them. Okay, so I guess we'll start with this one here. P. fasciata, Sri Lankan ornamental, Gen. This one I'm suspecting this to be a male. Colors look good anyway. Here's a P. formosa female, Salem ornamental, named Salem. She's probably 5.5 inches, 6 inches. She's awesome. I just love the purple highlights around the carapace and all over her body. Here is a P. metallica, mature male, named Sonic. Not sure if this one will come out clear. This is a Poeclotheria miranda, Bengal spotted ornamental. This is a 5-inch female named Miranda. I just love her. She's very calm for a pokey. And check out Sonic's colors. He looks really cool for a mature male. Females are just awesome colored. Pretty. And he's on his sperm web. I posted a ride on Arachnotour, so if anyone wants a P. metallica for 50/50, you can take him because he's ready to go. And here is Mia. This is a P. metallica again. This is a little spiraling. She's eating a cricket. You could just barely make out the blue. There we go. You could probably just see a little bit of the blue colors. This could be a suspect female, so all's good. Not sure if you can see this. This is a Poeclotheria ornata, fringed ornamental, named Aria. I hope this one's a female. My last one wasn't the case. It was a 8-inch mature male. Unfortunately, that male got eaten as soon as got paired up with the female. How disappointing. Don't know if you can see the leg right here. This is a ghost ornamental, P.pederseni. Yeah, and it's probably around 2.5 inches. Suspect male. This one here is not mine. This is King Baboon 85's, or Angelo. This is a P.pederseni adult female, named Medusa. Over here is my very first pokey. This is a Poeclotheria regalis, Indian ornamental. This is Pandora. She is a 6 to 7.5 inch female. Just awesomely colored, and you can tell from a regalis. The prominent clear abdomen band, and you probably can see the spermatochore, or the epigastric furrow, right over there. I just love the yellow colored legs on these species. She's temperamental. She can be very fast when she wants to be. Haven't seen any or much aggression from her. Over here is Zelda. Full-grown P. regalis female. She's awesome. This is one of my favorite teas. Very lovely Poecilotheria rufulata. Red slate ornamental. This is Caitlin. She's probably 6 inches. Nice. One of my rarest pokies. This here is a P. smithi. Yellow-backed ornamental. This is Allison. She is probably close to being an inch. Very slow growing, so I suspect that this may be a female. Over here is a Poecilotheria striata, the Mysore ornamental. This is Sora, so I think this one might be a female. And I have another one right over here in this pill vial. This one here is Darcy, but this one I suspect to be a male because of the colors starting to become really dull colored. That's generally a given sign to tell whether or not a pokey is a male or a female at this stage. Now over here I bring you Poecilotheria safasca. This is the highland form, the candy highland ornamental. She is around 1.5 inches. Named her Candy with a K. And over here I have Charmaine. She's a lowland. She's like a 5-inch female. This is by far one of my favorite pokies in terms of color and rarity. She just hates the light. And my very last pokey that I have is a Poecilotheria tigrina wesseli. Wessel tiger ornamental. This is Tina, and I believe she is a female. Very awesome pokey, also quite rare. Alright, now for some Psalmopoeus species. I have 3 of them. Over here is a confirmed female Trinidad chevron, Psalmopoeus cambridgei. This is Trina. She's a full-grown 7-inch female. Another confirmed female is Psalmopoeus erminia, Venezuelan sun tiger. She is around 4 inches. Got this for free back 3 years ago from Tarantula Canada as a birthday present when I bought like 5 teas from them. Awesome arboreal, very aggressive and fast, so please don't handle this one. No, not to mention any of these. And lastly, Psalmopoeus pulcher, Panama blonde, Rosalina. She's about the same size as Josie. And of all these Psalmopoeuses that I worked with, the cambridgei seems to be the more calmer one of the 3. Oh, and Redunculus is actually about the same temperament as Rosalina. So I'm still waiting if that female will eventually get me a sack. Just don't know yet. Okay, this one I won't spend too much time filming because it's another patch of dirt. We won't see these guys right here. Over here is a Trinulachilus lagardi, the Fort Hall baboon. I did see her last night when I came in, and she's around 4 inches. Her name is Star. And over here is my OBT, Carmela, Trinulachilus murinus, red color form. She's probably in the 2.5, 3 inch mark. Oh, maybe that's why she didn't eat all this time. She must have molted. Over here is my very first and only Australian species. This is a Selenotypus species Glenelva, the Glenelva blonde whistling tarantula. I think this is a spec male. I'm calling her Terry for now, with an I. If not, I'll name it with a Y. Here's Eva, Selenocosmia species. I got this from Tarantula Canada. Don't know if this is a Javanensis or not, but pretty mean and an obligate burrower. Here's Xena. This is a Stromatic palma calceatum, feather-leg baboon. This is a female around 2.5 to 3 inch mark. Somewhere around that ballpark range. Alright guys, nearly done for the tour. Here's an orange tree spider, Tapnicanius gigas, named Barb, 4-inch female. Got this from Paul. Alright, so here is Hans, the mature male. T. Speeny Peeps, Goliath bird eater, burgundy. He's in a 5-gallon tank. He is huge. He's close to being at least a 10 to 11 inch specimen. And we won't see the female very well. This is Gretel. And there's Gretel, the female. I don't want to disturb her too much, but she's pretty big. She just freshly molted, so I lost the fertility. So I'm going to try again, hopefully this Sunday, and see what happens. Alright, this is Bubbles, mature male Thrixopelma ocriti, Peru flame rump, and I found someone who has a female on arachnoboards. They're just waiting for his female to molt, and then off he goes for a 50-50 loan. So for now, I'll just enjoy him. This one will be very, very hard to see. This is Thrigmopius tricolentus, the lesser Goa mustard from India. This is a 5-inch female named Zoe. Zoe is hiding. She's more of a pet hole than anyone else. Well, that's not really true, but most of them are. Last, but certainly not least, here is Vita, Vitalis Soracabai, the Brazilian striped bird eater. Very, very fat female. Awesome. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour video. Showed around over 100. Nothing around 100, so count them all. I think that's it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the 1000th video. See you guys.